I'm Elizabeth, a literary princess. If you are new here, welcome. I have a PhD in English literature with a focus on Victorian women novelists, and as you might expect, I love to read. Today I have my Christmas book haul for you. So naturally, a lot of people get me books. Shocking, right? So I've got books from 3 different people, and then I do also have, to start off with, 2 books that were not for Christmas, but that I did get in the last few months that I wanted to briefly mention. So let's jump in. Start off with those books that were not actually Christmas presents. The first is one that I got for free. This is Someday, Someday Maybe by Lauren Graham. Lauren Graham is the actress who played Lorelai on Gilmore Girls, which I very much enjoyed. I know nothing about this book, so what happened is my father-in-law found it in his office randomly, and no one in the house had any idea where it came from, so they were like, well, it must be Elizabeth's. So when we were there for Thanksgiving, they asked me, I was like, I've never seen that before in my life, but I'll take it. So I'll give it a go and see how I like it, and if I don't, then that's fine. No idea where it came from. I didn't even know that Lauren Graham wrote fiction, to be honest. I knew she had written a memoir. This is taking place in the 90s in New York, with a main character who is dreaming about being on Broadway. So, I don't know, it sounds like it could be good, and I'm willing to give it a whirl. Next up is one that I bought with a gift card. This is The House Sapphire, how are we pronouncing that? I don't know. By Marissa Meyer. This is a Bluebeard retelling. So I usually would not have bought this myself, especially in hardcover. I have read one book by Marissa Meyer and I liked it fine, but it would usually be something I got out of the library. But I had $100 in gift cards to Walmart. So I went and checked out their book section, and this was the only one that looked interesting. And I figured, well, might as well. Anyway, I'm excited for this. I like a good Bluebeard retelling, and the cover is truly gorgeous. Although this stupid only at Walmart sticker, I've tried getting it off. I don't know if you can see. I'm having a heck of a time getting it off. I'm like, oh, why do you do this to me, people? Why? Okay, into the actual Christmas books. The first one came from my sister-in-law, and this is Chocolate Days, Achingly Delicious Recipes When Only Chocolate Will Do by Lori Watts. So obviously this is a cookbook for desserts. I have a huge sweet tooth, which everybody in my family and my husband's family knows, so this will be a lot of fun. I treat cookbooks a bit differently than my regular books. They don't go into my database with like the mark of read or unread or whatever. They have their own shelf where they live. But I'm super excited to try some of these. When? I don't know, but I like chocolate. So this was a good choice. Next, we have the 5 books that my husband got me. And while they are technically 5 books, they are also technically 1 book, because it is a 5-volume set of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. So we've got volume 1, volume 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a bilingual French-English edition. So on one page we have the original French, and then on the other page we have the first English translation of it, done by, it said, and I don't remember, the translation by Isabel F. Hapgood. So yeah. I read French, and this is the book that I want to read in French this year, because I did not get to one this past year. And I will be participating in the readathon Katie at Books and Things is doing for Les Miserables. So I'm very excited for this, and if it's too hard, I'll just switch over to the English. And then the rest are from my parents, starting with Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which I have read already. I got it from the library and wanted my own copy. It's not the special edition, but that's actually good because the special edition has misprints in it. And I like not having misprints in my book. Like in the library copy I read, there was actually missing text. Like there was some paragraphs that were repeated and then there were some that weren't there. And I was like, well, what the heck? So I'm very happy to have one that is not misprinted. That is definitely preferable. I don't know when I'll reread this, but I will reread it. I need to reread Babel first, but I am very happy to own my own copy. Next up is actually another book in French. This is an anthology of 19th century French short fiction edited by Judy Kelly and Lynn E. Palermo. This is from the company Molière and Company. They do editions of books in French for English speakers learning French, so there are all kinds of notes and explanations for what do words mean, which is really nice as somebody who like knows French technically, but like there's so many words in, that I have no idea. So I don't know when I'll get to this one, but I am really excited for it. There are stories by, let's see, who do we have? Prosper Mérimée, I don't know him. Alphonse Daudet, Émile Zola, I know him, I haven't read anything by him. Guy de Maupassant, I do know him and have read things by him, although nothing that is in here. And then Isabelle Eberhardt, who I also don't know. So lots of new authors to check out. Very excited for this. We then have a fairy tale retelling. This is Exile by Lauren G. Oh boy. Warnemund? I don't know. This is a retelling of Maid Maleen, which is a story that I've only read one other retelling of because it's not a very popular fairy tale. But I am very excited to read this. It came highly recommended by Kate Howe, and I'm super excited for it. Now we move into some classics, and first up we have a few from Victoria's Archives. We've got The Fugitives by Margaret Oliphant from 1879. I am just trying to get all of the Margaret Oliphant books that Victoria's Archives is printing because I want all of her books. So very excited that my mom got me this one. We then have a book that I've read before, but that I'm very happy to have a physical copy of. This is Olive by Dinah Mullet Craik from 1850. So I read this for an independent study eons ago now, and I had a physical copy, although I read my ebook copy because the physical copy was one of those awful, like humongous print-on-demand ones with tiny print. So I'm so excited to have like a really nice, beautiful, normal font sized, normal physical sized edition with footnotes, with a nice cover. I'm so excited. I really want to reread this at some point. I've been wanting to reread it for a while now, but I just haven't had the chance to. And one more from Victoria's Archives, and it's also moving into the kind of final section of my gifts, and that is the Elizabeth Gaskell books. So we've got The Moorland Cottage by Elizabeth Gaskell, also from 1850. So I am doing an Elizabeth Gaskell project, reading her long fiction in publication order for 2026, and I had a few that I needed to pick up still, so I put them on my Christmas list. Then Cousin Phyllis and Other Stories. So Cousin Phyllis is the one that I'm really reading for the project, but the other stories involved are Lizzie Lee, Morton Hall, My French Master, Half a Lifetime Ago, and The Manchester Marriage. And I'll be reading those as well just because they are in there, and I'll probably give a brief talk about them at the end of the video on Cousin Phyllis. And then there's one that's not technically part of the challenge, but that I've added as kind of a bonus book, and that is Gothic Tales. So these are not considered long fiction, they're short fiction, but I really do want to read them. So we've got table of contents. We've got Disappearances, The Old Nurse's Story, which I've heard is super good. The Squire's Story, The Poor Clare, The Doom of the Griffins, Lois the Witch, which I've heard a lot about, The Crooked Branch, Curious If True, and The Grey Woman, which I've also heard really good things about. So I think after I'm done with all of the long works and have read the next book that I'm about to talk about, I'll probably finish off the project with this as like a bonus read. And then the final book is a work of nonfiction, and that is Elizabeth Gaskell by Jenny Uglow. I want to read a biography of Gaskell. I did that for my George Eliot project. I guess it was 2 years ago now. Time doesn't exist. And I've heard that this one is so good. And I'm very excited for it because I don't really know that much about her life other than her writing The Life of Charlotte Bronte. That's kind of the only biographical stuff I know about her. So this will be very informative and I think will really kind of, I don't know. I feel like reading a biography just really put the finishing touch on the George Eliot project. Like I really felt I understood George Eliot better by the end of all that. And I want to do the same with Elizabeth Gaskell. So that's my Christmas book haul. Let me know down in the comments. Have you read any of these? What did you think of them? Did you get any books for Christmas this year? What are they? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my bookish content. It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.